We're talking about everything but this. Supriya Shrinate of the Congress is with us. PKD Nambiar, political analyst and BJP supporters with us. Zainab Sikandar, columnist and writer, also joining us. Mr. Nambiar, my question earlier as well was that isn't this what the government needs to be focusing on? I'm sure you would admit that both unemployment and food prices are hurting people. Instead, the BJP's headlines are all about Rahul Gandhi, attacking Bharat Jodo, also todoing governments now in Goa. So, where is the focus on the Aam Aadmi's problems?
Well, I don't know what makes you think that the government is not thinking about inflation or price or the price rise or even the unemployment. I think these are facts which we all understand. There are reasons for it, but in the meantime, we also hear every second day. In the last week only, we got to know that we are growing at the the last quarter of this financial year. We are growing almost 13.5%, and we have become the fifth largest economy.
No, but that's a misleading number because it was compared to a lower base. So you can't say we're growing at 13%, Mr. Nambiar. That's not correct. And also, please address the fact that unemployment is up. It's at a one-year high. Isn't that what the BJP should be focusing on?
The CMI data which the Mr. Mahesh was explaining, and I was listening to that entire interview with him, that he was just talking about that the informal sector in India is cyclical, and definitely it keeps changing from time to time. And then when there is a large amount of workforce coming into the market, definitely there will be little bit of here and then. But there is a truth, because we just came out of a crisis, that is a COVID crisis. From there, here we are recovering. Our GST collections are going up and up. Our private companies in the tourism sector and many other sectors which were not opened up so far is slowly becoming operational.
My question is this, that the BJP, you are not...
I'll tell you the political part first, because since Supriya ji finished with that. The Bharat Jodo Yatra and the Rahul Gandhi is in focus because he does the hit and run. Few days ago in the Ramlila Maidan, he had given the price list of arar ka dal, moong ka dal ka price se leke per liter aata kitne mein milta hai. Now the problem is that he has never gone to a market and bought it. Maybe like a person like you, me, and go. Definitely there is no doubt that over the last few years, ever since maybe even before that, I don't want Supriya ji to just jump in and say that ever since this government has come in since then. Let us accept the fact that there is an inflation, and I am not a person who will blindly come and say there is no inflation, there is no unemployment. But there are challenges in this country was facing in the last 2-3 years, which is way different from many other people. We are a 140 crore people country. You don't compare with Singapore and India. So then, if that is the kind of index you wanted to compare, then let us compare us with so many other things. You said the UK. We are not. I am not. I'll be fool enough to compare UK and India as an economy and the per capita income. But what all I said is that India's economy is growing. It is surpassed the GDP of UK in the first quarter or in the last year. If that is a very positive sign for an economy like India. Definitely, we are a large country, we are a large economy, diversified economy. We have got
that may all be true. That may all be true. But you know what? GDP numbers mean nothing to the average guy on the street who needs a job. Okay, it's just high sounding. This high funda data, which sounds great. I'll just come to you.
One more second.
Because one second, I'll just come to you because I want to get Zainab in on this.
Wanted to complete that. One part is that is the Congress MLAs are out there for sale? You can only buy something which is out for sale.
So you're saying the BJP is buying them? So they are buying them?
Number two.
So they are buying them?
One second, Nidhi. Out of 250 MLAs which are defected over the last maybe 1 year or 2 years or 5 years, why it is almost 99% of the MLAs are gone from Congress, not from Aam Aadmi Party, not from CPIM, not from Biju Janata Dal, not from JDU. Why it is only the people are predominantly leaving only one particular party, that is called as Congress. I will give you the explanation also for that. I don't want the Supriya ji to waste her time for that, because the people leave a corporate or a job when their bosses are not right. When your company or your organization do not have a leadership.
But what is the BJP's priority? Is it to fix the economy or to bring or to have a Congress Mukt Bharat? Is the BJP's priority to fix the economy or have a Congress Mukt Bharat?
I think this is what I precisely wanted to say, that in the last 60
Can I please
I'm
come in
including
now?
Supriya ji
Please,
Supriya ji should answer this. 60 years Congress ruled, almost 75 years of Azadi ka Mahotsav, Amrit Mahotsav abhi hum mana rahe hain. Let me ask you that in this country there is no semiconductor, which is the primary, one of the smallest part, which needs to be there.
Okay,
in
Supriya, you want to jump in? Last 2 minutes.
Today, the first
Supriya.
day we are building
Nidhi,
a semiconductor factory.
PKD, it's my turn to speak. My name is Supriya. PKD, my name is Supriya. PKD, relax. Nidhi, look at their moral and intellectual bankruptcy. How bankrupt they are morally and intellectually. They focus on a slip of tongue which he quickly corrected. But they do not want to answer कि आटे का दाम 22 से 40 कैसे हो गया? How did milk become 35 to 60? And how did 24% children stop drinking milk and they're suffering from malnutrition? They will not explain how gas cylinder went up from 410 to 1200. They will not explain how groundnut oil went from 90 to 220 per liter. They are not going to explain why oil in the global market has fallen from $110 a barrel to 88 and our government has not reduced the price. That's moral and intellectual bankruptcy. And PKD, just for your information, let me tell you, I don't want to make the comparison between US, UK and Singapore, but it is the BJP, it is people like you who keep saying, देखिए दुनिया में कितनी महंगाई है, मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ता है दुनिया की महंगाई से, हमारे यहाँ गरीबी आपने बढ़ाई है, you have pushed 23 crore people below the poverty line and you want me to comprehend महंगाई दुनिया में कितनी है, वहाँ पे per capita income कितनी है. And one last point that I want to make, it is absolutely shameless, brazen and morally bankrupt of you to turn around and say 140 crore people, we have to feed them what to do. You are okay getting the votes of those 140 crore people. You want to use them as a vote bank. You want to use them as your divisive politics. But when it comes to taking care of them, when it comes to creating jobs for them or bringing down prices for them, you want to use this as an excuse. How morally?
All right, I'm completely out of time. I'm completely out of time. Thank you so much to both of you, to Zainab and to both of you for joining us. I think